Hello everyone. My name is Fran, otherwise known as Gollart. So can you hear me okay? In the chat box, first of all, because it's my first live stream, let me know if you can hear me all right. Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Please. Can you hear me? This is my first time using StreamYard. Oh, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I've been super nervous, just sat here for about 40 minutes thinking like, this is my first live stream and just freaking out. But here we are. As I said, this is my first live stream. I'm glad you can hear me. If all does not go according to plan and there are disasters. Oh, hello Lottie, my twin sister's in the chat. If there are disasters, it may well end up being my last. So right, so today, first of all, I'll introduce myself and then we're going to get into a bit of a kick by kick breakdown of just what went on yesterday. Arsenal versus Everton, complete shock result for me at least. And I'm going to try, I've watched the match again, I'm going to try and put my finger on what exactly went wrong, if there's one reason, if there's many reasons, and just kind of speculate, have a bit of a dig into it. Hey, oh, Alex, my boyfriend, great. Oh, you guys, I'm so happy. So you guys have actually tuned in. I thought I would just be speaking into the ether, if you will. Thank you very much for commenting. And if you're new here, which my channel's pretty new, then hit the like button, subscribe and put on notifications. There we go. So, right, let's get into this. Actually, first of all, an introduction. So, my name is Fran. I'm an Arsenal fan as of about only 5 years ago. My family hated football, but then I started dating my boyfriend maybe 6 years ago, and he got me into Arsenal. Now he's created a monster because I'm way more into it than him. And I never shut up talking about Arsenal or about the Prem, Champions League, football, just football in general. I love it. I love the drama, the excitement. And since I fully started getting into Arsenal maybe a year or two ago, hey Craig, that was when I realized like the community aspect of things, and I was really welcomed into the community by people like Lead Judges, Highbury Squad, and I was fortunate enough to go on their channels, talk about my art. Oh, hey, Arsenal Analyzed. I've forgotten your first name, just remind me. So I was fortunate enough to go on their channels to talk about my art, but I think it's overdue that I start my own channel. So we're going to be talking about the results, analysing games, predicted lineups, things like that, all the usual stuff. But I'm also going to have quite a lot of art content on here, which is draw-alongs of me drawing footballers, chatting about the latest match or about that footballer. So yeah, you'll be able to kind of get a glimpse into that side of things, and maybe also like the design process of trying to start my own merch business and stuff. There's lots of exciting things to come, and yeah, hopefully it'll be good. So let's get into the match. So that's jokes. Yeah, Alex is very proud of himself. So you guys, what were your feelings? Those of you watching, if you could comment what you were thinking going into the match, let me know and I'll have a look. How do I wonder how I can, oh, I can show stuff, look. Oh, fantastic. Exactly, once a gooner, always a gooner. Hey, Luca as well. This is amazing. Lottie, my twin sister, hello. Arsenal Analysed, great channel. Go and check out his channel, and obviously Luca's channel. Brady's Banana, amazing. You've got channel as well. Yeah, all the gang are here. Big shout out. Once you do a few live streams, then you'll become a natural. Albert, I'm already a natural. That's very rude. I'm kidding. A big shout out to Alex and Arsenal Analysed. Oh, hey, Kenya, we've got someone coming in. Kenya, amazing. I've personally never left Europe. I'd love to visit all continents, Africa, Asia, America. I can't wait to like actually have an income because I find it very hard to keep a job. I've got no attention span. But anyway, Albert is definitely a legend. So check out Albert's channel, and obviously my homies Guna Gathering. I'm a regular guest on there. Lee's top chap. But anyway, I must not get sidetracked. Let's get into it. So I don't know about you guys, but I went in feeling pretty nervous. Quite a few people did. We all had our doubts because obviously there was going to be a new manager bounce. We know that Sean Dyche training. I don't know if you saw. Oh, Lottie, jeez, my twin, man. She supports Man U. Well, let's enlighten her, shall we? In fact, let's summarize it first of all. So I in fact posted. Let's see what you guys said. So on my Twitter, can you still see me? Working out this StreamYard business. So, Lottie, I asked everyone on Twitter to summarize what went wrong in 5 words or less, and the results were quite exciting. Not exciting. There was so I didn't expect anyone to answer, but like loads of people replied trying to fit their analysis into 5 words. And first of all, we'll go through a few of them to give Lottie, my Manchester United supporting twin sister, an idea of what we're thinking. So we've got, I'm not going to say their names because I don't really have time, but so we've got new manager bounce. These are the answers on Twitter. Too many duels lost, poor performance, poor result. We didn't win any battles. Too slow against compact team. That's a very good point. Everton were very compact. New manager, the team plays well. Tactically outclassed, nothing in middle. Too slow, outfought. Bad day at the office. I think that's a pretty good summary too. And they played better than us. Sloppy, lack of passion, ref not booking players. Controversial, very Arsenal that, blaming the ref. Personally, don't subscribe to that, but we'll see. Anyway, if you go on my Twitter, you'll see loads of people commented summarizing what they think exactly went wrong. And I agree with quite a few of those points, but let's go through it kick by kick. Everton bullied us. We couldn't handle their midfield. Absolutely, absolutely. They really flipped the script on us, I think, and it was odd to see us being the less intense team and Everton really, really stepping up. So as I was saying, I went in feeling like it was going to be a tough match. There was going to be the Sean Dyche manager, new bounce. But because our team has been so good at, thanks, Craig, I'll follow you back. Since our team has been so good at overcoming adversity this season, if we concede, you have faith they're going to bounce back. We've played against like low blocks and teams parking the bus and managed to weave our way through. But yesterday, immediately that just wasn't the case. Because we started off with quite a lot of possession. We were passing it around at quite a slow pace, I will say, but often we'll do that and then we'll build into games. But we just weren't getting beyond. They had 2 rows of like 4 defenders. They had 8 men in 2 rows, just like moving that like across the pitch. Super compact, super well organized. I don't know what Sean has done there in the week he's been there, but they looked super organized. And the reason why I think we couldn't, and I'll read a few of your comments in a minute. Let me get what I was going to say. So we had a lot of possession, but we weren't able to penetrate into their box very often at all. And that started pretty early on. We didn't have many clear-cut chances at all. And so, yeah, just in front of Sene and Party, there's 8 of their men, like just in an amazing formation, as I said. And so we were passing it laterally, like just past the halfway line, no penetration. And the key reason for me, I think, yep, I agree, Guna Gathering. I'll share the rest of your comments in a minute. So for me, I don't know what you guys think. For me, I realized like this is why we miss Jesus so much. So what Jesus basically does, when we're playing against a low block like that, he'll be like causing chaos basically, maybe not necessarily with the most possession, but he's interweaving amongst their defensive block, just like a little tornado, which Eddie does to an extent, but Jesus is a master at it. He just weaves between their defenders, and it forces their defenders to obviously like mark him to an extent, which then upsets their rigidity and their solid defensive structure. But when we haven't got Jesus doing that, they're able to maintain their shape much better, without any of that chaos. And I think that's really where we're missing him. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think about that? I'm very proud of that analysis. We would Phil, hey Phil. So we were dyked, not for the first time and not for the last time, I suspect. I hope it's not the last team to get Sean dyked. I mean, is it dyke or dyked? Dyked? I don't know. I hope that this will continue against every other team. The worst, the worst situation would be if we were, if we were the only team to get like dominated by them in that way, and everyone else just like they just go straight back to their form before. Why? Oh, thank you, Phil. Ah ha ha ha. Yes, Lottie knows. So she supports Man U, as I said. Absolute traitor. We'll talk about that another time. Yes, that is a positive that I was going to get onto, which is that Spurs did us a massive favour today. So we're basically back at stage one, as if nothing had happened. Let's just wipe the slate clean because we've got the same points difference now between us and City because they also lost. So that is a blessing because it would have been so much worse if they had won and then they'd be 2 points behind us and that would have just been too much stress. The Arsenal fan base is stressed enough as it is. We don't need that, okay? So now at least it's still 5 point difference. Excellent. Ah, Alex, I got another comment here. Onana bossed us. He absolutely did. I mean, what's his name? Oh, no, what's my name? So whenever the commentator says Onana, I go, what's his name? Hilarious. Abel saying that we need that wake up call. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, one worry is that when we lost a game last season, so we had that run where we lost to Everton in there, it derailed us and it turned into like a little run of form where we then lost like 2 or 3 games on the bounce. And that happened like twice last season. But we need to not do that, basically, don't we? And do you think the boys can bounce back? Do you think that they'll be able to, with their mindset, turn it into a positive? Because I personally do. I'm an optimist, and we've seen the strength of character from this team this season. Um, so, really the key is, and this is what Arteta was talking about, is using that as fuel. Maybe the 2 week break made us a bit complacent. Maybe we're a bit too relaxed going into it, which is odd because I'm sure everyone would have been aware of the Sean Dyche new manager bounce. But there really was just, it was a bit too relaxed. When I was watching it, I thought for large portions of the game, it looked like we were 2-0 up and we were just kind of trying to like waste time. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I noticed, and this was still at 0-0. So, Craig made a good point that we couldn't handle their midfield at all, which is unusual. I mean, what was their? I've got their formation written down, and it was well clever from Sean. So, their formation was something crazy. Oh, I've lost it. There was something like 5-4-2 or something. They packed the midfield. It was tactically very clever because they know that if they put the pressure on our playmakers, so Partey, Odegaard, maybe, we're just not going to be able to find that out ball. And yeah, and also he knew that if we get the ball to Saka or Martinelli, just double, triple up on those guys, and they won't really have many answers. So let's have another couple of looks. Look at the couple of looks. What is that? At the comments. So Arsenal Analysed, fantastic channel he has. Amazing. Like I have some tactical knowledge, like very minimal. Yeah, mine's 1%. His is like 100%. So he says Jesus would have been an excellent option because we were overloaded in midfield and he would have helped with numbers. Absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, he's such a chaos merchant. Like he just breaks up that defensive block. So Dyke set traps in which Onana and Decore executed perfectly when pressing. Yeah, Onana was so good, man. I noticed him a bit more than Decore. But yeah, I mean, it was really well set up from them. I can't even lie. To me, Thomas Partey looked like he was carrying an injury. Yes, he didn't quite look himself, did he? and he was whipped off was it at half time or just after half time? We know he had that rib problem. I mean, I'm glad he was taken off because we don't want him being out for longer, and I'd rather have him taken off for half a match than be out for the whole next match if he overdoes it, for example. But that's just my take. Oh, Posh Bertie, hello, the poshest man in football commentary. Yes, Phil, the media was obsessed with City going 2 points behind, and it didn't happen. Oh, thanks, Luca. Legend. I do my best. They had an extra man in midfield, I believe. Abel says, do you think missing out on key transfer targets like Mudryk and Caicedo might have impacted on the morale of the players? That's a really good point, something that I hadn't actually thought of. Oh, James, hello. I do think that's a really good point, actually, because if you think about us as fans, how excited we get looking at Mudryk, Caicedo, and all the excitement about Mudryk, like selling himself on social media for us, if I can't think of a better way to put it. That's the phrase. People say twerking for us on social media. That's what the kids say. So he was obviously really wanting to come to Arsenal. Caicedo as well. He did that heartbreaking post talking about his upbringing and that he wanted to leave. So I mean, if we as fans get excited about just watching the players on the pitch, imagine in the dressing room. They're also going to be doing the same thing as us, like checking out these players, looking at their highlight reels. And yeah, to be focused on two targets as strongly as we were, Mudryk and Caicedo, I think it would be a bit. They'll probably feel the same as us, the players. That right. I mean, we've done okay in the transfer window. They'll be gassed with Trossard. Trossard seems like a cool guy as well, and he's like fit into the dynamic of the group. But like us, they'll be disappointed and wondering if that's gonna be the difference. If the quality of signings is gonna be the difference between them making it or not. But I don't. Who knows what goes on in the player's head? Honestly, I mean, as fans, we're just sat on the outside speculating and wondering what they could be thinking. But Abel, that's a really good point, I think. Right, James. Hello, James. Evening. Good evening. So they played 4-5-1. What an insane formation. Yeah. I mean, with us only having like two midfielders basically, we never really had a chance, did we? And it's a bit worrying because what if every team then does that? But then they somehow managed to also cover our wide players. Um, I don't know. It just felt like there were 15 of them and 9 of us at points. They played really well. Yeah, they doubled up with Mikalenko, Wobie, Coleman, McNeil. Was just no getting through. But then that's where I think we need to change tack. So teams have sussed out just double up on our players when we go out wide. And I noticed one or two times when Martinelli actually like made a run right into the centre of the pitch to the top of their box. That's when things seem to shake up a little bit for their defence because it's not what we usually do. That's a good point, Lottie. I'll show that comment in a minute. But Saka Saka has a bit more variety. Martinelli, you kind of know what he's going to do, but when they run into the middle, like interweave a bit more. When Jesus is playing, they definitely do interweave more. Whereas I feel like at the moment there's definitely Eddie central, and then our two players out wide, and it's quite predictable for the other teams. So I'd have them weaving around a bit more, and hopefully we'll see that next time against Brentford. Yeah, then we didn't get through. We rushed it and blasted them all over. It was like we snatched them. I noticed that. I noticed that because there are a few times where we just like panicked, yeah, and took shots from. I appreciate taking shots, like long shots as well. Like go for it, but they did seem panicked, right? And the Odegaard shot it. He skied it, and Kessia shot skied it. We seemed panic. You know what? I think we were rattled. I think we were rattled by how much pressure we were being put under by Everton, and that does impact you when you're taking shots, things like that. So, Lottie, they must all be super tired after such a high volume of matches too. You say that, you do say that, but we have not played basically. Well, we played one FA Cup match, wasn't it, where we got knocked out the last match. But Lottie, our players have had like 2-week break basically, and a few of them played a few minutes for the FA Cup match. So I actually think it might be the opposite, and they're kind of a bit too relaxed. Haven't really played for a couple of weeks, maybe been relaxing a bit more. You'd hope not, but mentally perhaps. Mentally perhaps being out of the game, they lost that intensity a bit. Luca, you're right. The next 2 games will define if we win the league. It's Brentford City, isn't it? I've got a terrible memory. Can you please let me know, guys? Is it Brentford then City? Yes, big up. Hello. Niall, hello. Oh, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. So, Luca, we need to be at Brentford, and I can't see us beating City. Oh, you reckon? You reckon? Okay, okay. Let me finish my match analysis, and then we'll talk about upcoming predictions and things like that. Stop distracting me. I'm kidding. They pack the midfield, so why don't we? We can't be too. Agree, agree. But I mean, Zinni's good at that. Ben doesn't necessarily come in that much. Our 2 defenders have to stay back. So I guess maybe everyone else coming in a bit. You're right, Saka, Martinelli. Good plan. Let's outpack them packing us. Told you I watched the streams. Thanks for the follow back. Ah, you guys, right. I'm going to stop getting distracted. So. Right, first half. I noticed, yeah, we had a lot of possession, but there really wasn't much movement. So I noticed when Zinni and Xhaka or Partey had the ball, especially in a.k.a, he's not normally like that. Was just basically stood pretty still behind the wall of defense, as if like it's not going to get to me anyway. Like, what's the point? We got to that last wall of their 4 defense, and then everyone just seemed out of ideas. At that point, you need to just be running, weaving around. I don't know why we just kind of went, oh, it's hard to describe anyway. Yeah, Everton were blah, 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 blah. I've got loads of notes. Right, anyway, so they had quite a few big chances going into halftime. There was that amazing run by Onana where Odegaard was so outpaced. Like, Odegaard's quick, right? But Onana's got these massive long legs, and it just seemed like in most aspects of the game, Luca, mate, also. It just seems in most aspects of the game, they had just 1% more than us, whether it was pace, intensity, and for me, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm a positive person, but even if we're playing badly, there's no excuse for the lack of effort. Like, you can see when a player's giving it 110% and when they're just giving 99.9. And to me, it looked like we were giving 99.9. I don't know whether it was complacency. Would we have played that way if Everton were 3rd or 4th? I don't think we would have. I think we just thought, let's play our game, pass it round. It'll get into their box. We'll score eventually. And yeah, just a little bit slow, a little bit tired. It's not good enough. Not good enough. And going into halftime, what I would do to have been a fly on the wall in halftime, see what Arteta was saying to these guys, what they were saying to each other. I would love that. Oh my gosh, Arsenal would make so much money if they had a little halftime. No, they couldn't do that. I was going to say a little halftime webcam where you can just like pay like 100 quid and what was that noise? Pay like 100 quid and then listen to halftime team talks. But then I realised that yes, that would give away our tactics to every other team, which we can't be having. We can't be having. So looks like Liverpool could use some tactical advice. So right, Martinelli can't be probably. Who did that? Oh right, yes. It seems the players dip in form after signing long-term contracts. Look at Oban and Martinelli. It seems they lose the hunger. No, I don't necessarily agree. I mean, that could be the case. I don't know. The whole team just looked a little bit off it. And, it was like they'd been on a night. Looked like they'd been out on a night on the town the night before. I tell you what, Abel, like a lot of players, it does seem that they dip in form, but having seen our boys and their attitude, you just wouldn't expect that of them, would you? But I agree that maybe he could have been tired out. Maybe it wasn't a lack of like motivation and wanting to prove himself, and it might have just been like so much stress getting this contract signed, everything sorted, and then you're straight into a game. Could just be a bit drained from all the contract talks. So maybe something like that. So Brady's banana saying Martinelli wasn't getting passed to anywhere near enough though. That kid would run all day too. Yeah, I agree actually. We were mainly going down the right hand side, but Martinelli he did like run into the middle a couple of times to ask for the ball, and that was really good. That unsettled their defense. So I think when Martinelli isn't getting that service out there, I wouldn't mind seeing him take a bit of initiative and go like screw the formation and just like run into the center to try and get involved like in that sort of area, like at the just in front of their box. I think that would be good to see. Do you, do you would you have took Caicedo? Yeah, but at this rate, I would take Onana. To be honest, I don't really do the highlight reel thing. I prefer to when we get a player, then judge it for myself on that. Because the highlight reel, as you guys know, it's not a fair reflection of what they're actually like, their ebbs and flows, and how they actually perform over the course of a few games, or if times get hard or whatever. So obviously, I would have taken Caicedo. He seems really exciting, but now I would take Onana. He's had one good game, so he's the best player in the world. Do I rate Jorginho? Ugh. Right. So the Jorginho question. You guys tell me if you rate Jorginho. There we go. I will not speak. Nah. Okay. So first of all, obviously, I was annoyed, yeah, because the downgrade from Caicedo to an older player, Jorginho, that Chelsea want to give away. My Chelsea mate, my Chelsea mate was like, "Have him. We don't want him." I can't remember. Oh, he actually annoyed me. My mate. He said, "Oh, we can't wait to see a Jorginho drawing and T-shirt." Screw him. But yeah, they were happy to give Jorginho to us, and to me, that without having watched like or even noticed Jorginho much, like when we like, I don't know much about Jorginho. Like I don't follow Chelsea as like much as I follow Arsenal, but I know we've had like terrible history with old Chelsea players, and so to start with, it was just like, what are you doing? But um, then oh, these AirPods are dying. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, the AirPods just died. They're not mine, they're my boyfriend's. I'm going to blame him for this. Thanks, guys. So I was on Jorginho. So first of all, obviously, the whole fan base goes mental. Thank you guys for letting me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you still hear me? Let me know if you can't. All right, all right. So the whole fan base goes mental. It's easy to get swept into that. I'm watching like Curtis and those guys just absolutely raving about it, and it's easy to agree with that. But then having slept on it, obviously it was disappointing. I think we were more disappointed because we'd been going for such a young, exciting talent, and then suddenly we're getting a Chelsea leftover. And they want to give him away. That says it all. That says it all. If he was like super integral to their team, they wouldn't be giving him away. But that's like silly logic, because I mean, we got Jesus and Sene, and they were amazing, even though Man City didn't like want them. But anyway, slept on it, and then you kind of think it makes sense. It's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal, but at least we're not putting in someone that's untried, like, or relatively inexperienced. We're putting in someone that's been there, done it, and we can feel like relatively secure doing that. So it's it's like you're hiring a 25-year-old professional babysitter to look after your children, where they may be a bit less exciting.
But they're in safe hands. Your kids are in safe hands, right? Rather than like some 15-year-old that you don't know too much about. I think it's a safe signing. It's a safe signing, but do we win the league with safe? That's the question. I'm not sure we do. But as my thing is, like, prove us wrong, Jorginho. You know, like if you get the Arsenal fan base on your side, then, you know, like, we'll be fully behind you. You'll be the best signing ever. It's up to him. It's up to him, isn't it, to prove whether it's a good signing or not. So that's my case. Is the cheeky? Is the tan finally getting to Benny Blanco? It's Benjamin. It's Benjamin. Time for Tommy to step up. Yeah, Benjamin at the moment. Who knows? Who knows? He looks more tired than usual. Like, he looks physically like more puffed out. I don't know if that's like just me or I'm noticing it more, but he looks more gassed. So maybe he's just lost a bit of stamina recently. It was a bit overrun. I'd like to see Tommy a bit more. We love Tommy, of course. Or just rotate Ben and Tommy a bit more. Aww. Yeah, you're right. We're all a brilliant community in the chat. Love Curtis, Lee Gunnar, Jez, Arsenal, Alex, etc. Yeah, I could talk about those guys so much. Like, I'll digress quickly from the match analysis, but when I first started doing my art, I like just emailed a few YouTubers that I watched. Didn't expect to hear back from anyone, like, let alone Lee Judges. And he was basically one of the first and really only people that actually got back to me. And he presents in all his thumbnails and videos as like quite like, so his online like AFTV thing is like angry Lee Judges rant. But he was so kind to me. He emailed back saying, even though I had like no one even knew like who I was, but he just said like, oh, your art's fantastic. Yeah, I'd love a print. Come on and tell my viewers. Like, I can't big up like other, like the Arsenal community enough, like purely because of how they welcomed me as some like a nobody really, like who hasn't supported Arsenal for as long as like most other people. And I just, yeah, I don't get me started. I love everyone. So, well, we'll go into a Brentford preview in a little bit, but let's quickly go over the second half. So, I like probably all of you guys, what were you hoping for second half? What would you have changed? Party, what was it? Did Party come off at half time or just after? Thing is, my short-term memory is horrible. I just watched the match again, and it sounds like I've got no clue what I'm talking about, but I just watched it again. I just have no memory. But so that's great for a football channel, isn't it? Whatever. Right. So second half, I was just hoping for us to up the intensity. I'm sure you guys were too. But I mean, we did for a few minutes, and then it was just back to relaxed and we'll get this done. Passing it to the side, to the back. Zinni's got it. He turns and passes it back. We'll get the goal. Don't worry. But Everton are just going, nah. Pressing us, going like, don't think you can just take all this time. And they ended up, yes, scoring. I think it was about 58-minute mark. It was from a corner, wasn't it? But Odegaard just gets out-muscled. And I had an idea, right? So, you know, they say that our players are like, they're weak and like they need more. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Abel. I mean, it's a fine line between keeping possession and being patient and still having that explosive intensity. I wanted to see us almost play as if we were playing on the counter, that kind of speed. But instead it was just passing it round, we'll get there. But no, they had the kind of intensity that we needed. Who knows why? We can only speculate. But let's just hope it doesn't carry on into Brentford, because Brentford are a scary team. So, what was I saying? I totally just lost my train of thought. I was going to say, oh yeah, they scored. That was my train of thought. So my idea, guys, hear me out, yeah. So to avoid players getting bodied off the ball, I don't know if they do this or not, but you know when you play rugby, and I don't know if you guys have seen, they have like these rugby pads that you basically fake tackle. So my idea is, you're in the gym, yeah? A player is dribbling straight down the gym with the ball, and there's a line of the teammates either side with these rugby pads just going like, shoving it into them like as they're running with the ball. That's my idea. So they're just getting bodied by these rugby pads until it doesn't phase them. That's my coaching idea, and it's why I'm not a coach. Right, what was I saying? Phil's saying, I just assumed we would get back into it, but we were sloppy in possession, slow, and were dreadful in front of goal, praying it's a one-off. If we're looking at how we've performed all season, it looks like it is a one-off, because we're not normally that poor with that little intensity. So if we're going by how we have performed, hopefully it's one-off. What we can't have happen is it turns into a little rut, which is what happened last season. So it's really about how we bounce back, and it's just such a shame that we're in this position, having to bounce back again, but, you know, can't win every game. I'm actually low-key very annoyed about this, but I'm trying to be civil. So 70% of the ball on the team. Exactly, Craig. I completely agree. You have to find a way to them, and that could be switching things up a little bit. I'm not saying formation-wise, but what the players individually are doing. So I was saying, have Saka and Martinelli. I know we made subs, but it was still trying to do the same thing. So passing around in front of their defence, hoping for a way through. But Everton were solid, yeah. And early on in the game, we realised, like, they are going to stay there. We're not going to be able to find a way through. We need to switch things up. So have Martinelli run central, have Saka run central. And that's where we miss Jesus. I really think that's the key. And ESR as well. But him creating that chaos, making space and switching things up. Don't just keep trying to go down the wing, you know? I think we need to have more of like a, rather than just making subs, more of like a change of plan. Like, this is what we do when this isn't working. We have like, now we go into stage 2, which is maybe you come in central, weave around more, blah, blah, all of that. Who knows? Charles! Charles, I dissed you because everyone, this is Charles. He's a Chelsea fan. Charles, could you please give us the lowdown on Jorginho? Because I was saying how when I got him, you were saying have him and that you can't wait to see a drawing of Jorginho. So Charles, if you're still here, this is my best mate. He's my bandmate. One of my best mates. Chelsea fan. So yeah, he let us know. Give us the inside scoop, please. Actually, as someone who's watched him game in and game out, you're under pressure. You better reply, Charles, or else you're not my mate anymore. So, thank you, Niall. Thank you. Speaking of that, Charles will tell you that I'm actually. What? Okay, right. So I'm actually the manager of our 6-a-side team. We live in Surrey, Hampshire. That's why I sound so posh sometimes. Surrey. And we go to Guildford for 6-a-side most weeks. I haven't gone so much in the winter. I've been a bit of a flake. I don't like the cold. But during summer, I'll run training sessions and things like that because I've got a background in field hockey. I was in goal. So it's pretty similar to football. Not very, but pretty. 11 players. Just slightly different rules, really. But so from there, you get quite a lot of being in goal in hockey. You get quite a lot of tactical understanding, which you can sort of translate into football. So I sort of know a little bit about what I'm talking about, but by no means do I know what I'm talking about. So Niall, love your artwork. Thank you very much, Niall. I'll make sure to follow you back. Guys, if I ever don't get back to you on Twitter or messages, I actually get so anxious about like replying to messages and comments. It's something I need to get over, but have patience. I will get back to you. Hello. Yep. Very funny. Hilarious. Charles. Right, let's get the Chelsea fan scoop. So Georgie has done bits for Italy, can't forget that. Very true. Also, UEFA European player. Yeah, 2 years ago, he can play. Also, more forward passes than Thomas Partey this season. You've changed your tune. No, but yeah, I think, Charles, obviously, like, we were just a bit bummed out because our history of signing players from you guys is just like meh. But I mean, we gave you Oba, so it's equals pequals in it. But okay, from what you say, maybe we should give him a chance, which is what I'm doing. Let's let him show us whether he's a good signing or not. Right, no. Do you ever know what to print the wins game like Devils United, Maisie, and other ones, etc.? I actually don't. Like, but I want to. I'm very, yeah. I'm so busy, man. But if you on Twitter like recommend some good ones, because I don't really know like who's out there. Yeah, big up Ivory Toast. Yes, that's our witty team name. Oh. Yeah, sorry. So guys, email me if you need to get in touch with me, because as a female on Twitter, like, we get so many weird messages, like, and just answering DMs, like, even if there's some good ones in there, it's just like, you don't, like, I get anxious, I don't want to check it, and I have anxiety anyway, so like replying to messages, I get all stressed out. So just send me an email, I'll get back to you like much quicker. Miss Mel, hopefully you're back on. Yes, right. This is the plan. I've been meaning to do it for ages, but I've been too nervous to come on live stream on my own. But I've actually really enjoyed it. You guys have made it super worthwhile. So yeah, I'll come back because you guys all came and chatted with me, and I wasn't just talking into thin air. So I'll try and do a match reaction for most games. I want to do some watch alongs as well. That'll be hilarious. So. Right, Mel. Everyone, if you don't follow Mel on Twitter, she's amazing. You're in is it Montreal? I can't remember where she lives, but it's like minus 40 degrees where she lives. And just lovely person, so supportive. Everyone in the chat, follow anyone with a channel in the chat. If you've got a channel, put the name of it in the chat, and everyone follow each other. I'm just so happy so many of you are here. This is amazing. So he kind of. Woodaz says, you can't play attacking football with Jorginho in the team. He slows it down too much. You're right. I mean, what we were saying is that he's the kind of player you'd want to come on when you're 2-0 up and trying to hold the game, like hold the lead, hold the ball, slow things down, not when you're 1-0 down. So it was an odd sub, but we didn't have much choice because Partey did not look himself. He had a rib injury. We don't want to make it worse. I don't know. I mean, would you guys have kept Partey on and risked further injury? I don't think so. But who knows? Was he injured? Did we just want to see Jorginho? Either way, Arteta's going to learn from this. The team are going to learn from this. This is the first time Jorginho is slotted into the team. Arteta's going to learn so much just from seeing him like play for that short amount of time, whether to bring him on in games like that or not. But we're kind of like, he's the only, now El Nene's out, it's either Partey or him. So, Arteta was subdued and not his animated self on the touchline. Maybe because he was back at Goodison and didn't want to disrespect the club that raised him, and in the process he couldn't inspire the team. I hope that's not the case. I mean, maybe subconsciously, yeah, but let's hope not. Don't worry, you're respectful and briefing. You're more active on emails. Yes, I'm more active on emails, Niall. On my Twitter, I've got no DMs, but I don't think people read it. I get so many like spam DMs and stuff, so I can't like, yeah. Big up, Miss Mel. Thank you. I wasn't really properly uploading before, but now I've decided I'm going to start. I want to upload more. I love it. So this is the start of a new thing. We'd be doing women's game watch-alongs or the men's. Both, hopefully. Yeah. I wouldn't have started Thomas Partey with the injury risk. Yeah, and maybe if Georgie played from the start, there wouldn't be like a shift in like dynamic and morale, but then was he ready to start? We don't know. I mean, it being the first game back after the January window, there's always going to be a bit of upheaval and stuff. If you find so do duos, bounce stuff off another, you're doing great anyhow. It's stressful, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I thought I'd be like a super nervous mess, but it's all right. It's all right because I feel like I'm talking to people because you guys are here. So Niall, my email is, I believe, in my Twitter bio, and that's Sene Sketches. So I'll put it in here. But I've got 2 Twitters at the moment. So one's for my clothing and merch, and then my art one is Sene Sketches, and I think my email address is in there. So, oh no, wait, did I not reply? Guys, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at replying. All right, let me check. I'll check that, but we'll do admin at the end of the stream. Let me finish. We've basically got through the game. Unless anyone else got any other points to add. Maybe player ratings. I can do some player ratings next time. But I've basically gone over the things I wanted to cover. Lack of intensity. I was disappointed. We shouldn't be losing a game through trying less hard than the other team. You know, the reason this team is so good is because of the insane work rate that we put in. And I understand we're halfway through the season, but we've just had a 2-week break. Like, we shouldn't be losing through having less intensity than the other team, and I hope that they all regret that. But then on the counter, Everton did make it hard for us, and I hope that Everton now like smash every other team so that we don't just look like weak. But right, so thank you very much, guys. My email address I'm most active on, guys. I'm just gonna put my email in the chat. I'm very sorry again for not getting back to people. Yeah, I'm bad at admin. I'm getting checked for ADHD, which is probably why I can just talk about random stuff. But that's like, it adds to like an inability to being able to like function very well on like admin and things like that. I'm really bad at it all, but resend it. Oh, I'm very sorry. But guys, yes, email me there at that one, and I'll try my best to get back to you. So what I wanted to kind of finish on is moving forwards. As you guys have mentioned in the chat, Brentford is very important now. We must see a reaction. And for me, the reaction is in the attitude and the intensity of the players, isn't it? It'll be no kind of massive switches in formation, but in taking that extra 1% of speed and effort and really running yourself into the ground. I'm not saying the players didn't. If they ever watch a stream like this, they're going to just be like, oh, I tried really hard. But just overall, the passes, the balls are a bit slow. We're doing a lot of lateral passes. We want cutting, direct, attacking, cutthroat. Yeah, don't give them any time. That's where we miss Jesus as well. We miss him so much. His pressing from the front is amazing. But what I'll be looking for on Saturday is, the intensity. So we should be able to tell in the first 15 minutes or so if their headset is right. It's all, as Arteta always says, it's all about the mindset, all about their emotions on the pitch. The light bulb, the brain, crowd. Do you guys remember that drawing? And someone turned it into a t-shirt and just like it sold. Didn't Arsenal turn it into a t-shirt? The one with the brain, the light bulb, and the crowd. Mate, we must beat Brentford to take the pressure out of the City game. Yes, agree. So anyway, let's finish up. Brentford, we've got obviously got to see that intensity back against Brentford, but I believe that this team does have a tough mentality. And you know what? We're afraid of what's going to happen towards the end of the season after we bottled top 4 last year. The players will be even more terrified of that happening and so determined not to bottle their position again. So, I mean, imagine how we feel just as fans observing. And then imagine actually being in the team and coming towards the end of the season and Chelsea are coming. Are you a Chelsea fan? I get the impression you might be. Maybe not though. Oh, did you? That white patch is the bane of my life. Thank you for complimenting my smile. I used to hate it, and it's nice that people like it. I used to hate my chubby cheeks, but now I quite like them. Anyway, so embrace what makes you different. Did you retouch and add the... No, I haven't done it yet. And I might not do it out of spite. So guys, I drew Leandro Trossard. I'll do a video soon showing you the different drawings I've done of our players. But yeah, I didn't put the white patch in his hair and received hell for that. I'm kidding. Yeah, I didn't realise it was an actual white patch. I thought it was just a highlight, so I put highlight there. Yes. Please drop me an email. I'll try and get back to you within 24 hours. But, you know, and if I don't reply, just email me again. I'm just very bad at replying sometimes. Elephant bread. What does that mean? Guys, what does that mean? I'm sorry. Oh, it's gone right out over my head. Oh, yeah, shout out. Before we go, Charles, my mate just wanted to shout out our band, Stranded in Bermuda. That's our band. So search for that on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We've got a gig coming up soon. So I sing, he plays guitar, my sister's on bass. It's great fun. Ivory Toast. Oh, I didn't recognize you. Yeah, is it Jack? I think that's one of my teammates. Chaos. Oh, Ivory Toast, hence elephant bread. Oh, guys, look, this has been amazing. I can't thank you all enough for coming in. I hope I did all right. As I said, first solo live stream, I was well nervous. I've probably forgotten loads of bits or maybe got stuff wrong. But I really thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and listen to me. And I can't thank you guys enough for all your shares on my artwork and stuff. You know, I just love football and I love drawing. It's my thing. Drawing's my thing, and now football's my thing too. So I combine the two and I draw footballers, and yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I make merch as well, so do check out if you're wanting merch or art or anything like that. Do check out my website. I think it's in the description. You know, all that usual stuff. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Thank you for making my first stream so amazing. I'm so happy you guys all came in to see me. I'm really happy. So thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Guna Gathering. Guys, you've been here the whole time. Guys, everyone go and subscribe to Guna Gathering. It's run by Lee. He's a good friend of mine and so kind, very knowledgeable, knows so much more about football than me. I know nothing compared to most of these streamers, most of you guys in the chat, for real. So go and subscribe to Guna Gathering. It's a new channel, and I think are we at 100 subs yet? We should be. So go and subscribe to him. Hit the like button. Niall and Abel, thank you for staying, guys. Thank you for staying. I thought everyone would come in for 1 second and then leave. If you're going now, feel free to go. I'm going to just go through some of the comments now. But if you want to leave, I won't be offended. You have my permission. So let me respond to you guys that are still here. So we must have prepared for Brentford and have a proper plan B. If they come the way Everton came, we'll be all right. I agree. We need to be able to tactically, perhaps not formationally, but tactically individual players must have a plan B for, what to do if things are not working. Because, I mean, a blueprint now is that teams can pack their midfield, double mark our wingers, and sit back with 8 players in their own half. And we didn't have many ideas for that. So let's hope Arteta and his genius, which I have no idea how you would do that, but hopefully Arteta does. Oh, that's really sweet. So I've enjoyed this tonight. Thanks, Fran. I'm not going to lie, you're a hero. My eyes are all watery. I know that sounds weird. I love your artwork so much. You're so knowledgeable with football. Thank you. That's made my day. I don't know that much about football, but you're going to make me cry now. Thank you. Much love from Kenya. It's 2 a.m. Oh, no way. That's commitment, my friend. Amazing. Do I follow you on Twitter? Let me reach out to me on Twitter. Yes, I'm Golartso on Twitter, or Sene Sketches. Sene Sketches is for my Arsenal artwork, and as I said, Sene is my surname. My first name's Francesca, so Francesca Sene Sketches, and Golartso is where I put all about my merch and stuff that I design and kind of behind the scenes of that. And thank you to everyone who got some of my merch. Phil, I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, I can't believe it. It's been amazing. Much love to you all. Thank you very much for joining in. Right, yeah, you guys are here from the bottom. Yeah, you guys are the real ones. From day one. In a year, you'll be able to say, I was here from day one. Do you remember your first stream? So I'll be a regular on here, one of your real ones of viewers. Yes, guys, hit the notification bell for next time I go live and we can all link up again. Amazing. If Bebo was still a thing, everyone would get Bebo Love Unlimited. You know, my auntie's friend invented Bebo. So she lives in London, and actually he sold it like right back in the day and got like millions from it. And now he's got an island. I don't know where, but it's in the Caribbean. Like he's got his own island from selling Bebo. It's mad. Yes, you're my fave tweet. Hi. Oh, hello. Someone new. Unfortunately, NS Sports TV, we're just finishing up. But you can have a look back at some of my thoughts. There's some good tactical analysis in there, some waffle, but first stream, what do you expect? I'll have a look at your channel in a bit, mate. Thank you very much for coming in. Got the mug, love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yes, that's my painting, and I sell little mugs with the painting, a scan of the painting, and it's all tiny and it looks awesome. So that's on my website or my Etsy. You know the drill. Check it out. I'd be very appreciative if you check out my merch and artwork, because I want to make this my full-time career. I bloody love it. Ah, there we go. My stream is now not safe for children. Big up, right? Big up, absolutely everyone. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna watch this stream back. It's gonna be so awkward looking at myself. But oh, I'll show you guys my hoodie as well. So since we're on the merch, right? Yeah, there we go. That's my Oh, you can't see it. There you go. That's one of my hoodies, and I'll do another giveaway soon. So make sure you give us a follow on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. All right? Probably for a Brentford review and maybe an art video during the week. So guys, much love. Hope you've had a good weekend. Make sure this week, I want to end every stream with like a mental health message. So make sure that you take some time to do something that you really enjoy and that nurtures you. So have a nice bath. Don't just serve everyone else all the time. Make sure to nurture yourselves and look after your own mental health, because without that, we are really nothing. So yes, look after yourselves, everybody. Stop it. Sorry, comments like that will tickle me. Like, thank you, someone noticed. Anyway, bye, Fran. See you on Twitter and next stream. I'll see you later, Niall, and I'll check out my emails, okay? Much love to you all. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for making my first stream so amazing. Bye-bye.